Hello, good people. I'm Chris, and today I want to talk. Today I want to free a lot of people from unnecessary pressure. That's what I want to attempt to do, right? You don't need perfect timing to build wealth. What you need is consistency, right? Been talking about that over and over and over again. It's a proven point. It's just the way the game of building your financial wealth. It's the way it works. Consistency, right? The timing trap. Many people delay progress because they're waiting on the perfect entry, the perfect moment, the perfect conditions. And let me just say, I love the perfect entry, right? I love the perfect moment if there is such a thing as a perfect moment, right? I love the perfect conditions when they present themselves, right? But consistency, you're not always going to get the perfect entry. I don't believe there's quite such a thing as a perfect moment. There are good times, right? Um, um, During COVID, um, during Liberation Day not long ago, there's always great moments, but there's never a good time not to get in the market. It's just how the thing would be as to how hard you're DCAing, how much capital you're putting at risk, right? And your entry, right? So anyway, but perfect timing is rare, and waiting for it often means doing nothing. So progress stalls not from bad timing, but from inactivity disguised as caution, right? Okay, move it on. What consistency actually does? Consistency does something timing never can. It smooths mistakes, it reduces emotional pressure, it compounds quietly. Let me say that again. It compounds quietly. Compound is a bad boy. Builds confidence. You don't have to get it right every time. You just have to keep showing up wisely. I'm always talking about making wise decisions, positioning yourself as best as you possibly can to succeed, right? While consistency protects peace, timing creates tension. Consistency creates rhythm. When you're consistent, you don't observe headlines. You don't, I'm sorry, not observe, you don't obsess over headlines. You don't panic over pullbacks. You don't rush decisions. I might need to put my glasses back on. Consistency turns investing from an event into a process. Let me say it again. Consistency turns investing from an event into a process. And I don't know how well you know me by now, but I love processes, right? I think it makes life so much easier. To me, a process is like a routine. A process is like breathing. And so I process everything I do, right? So let's keep it moving. Instead of asking, is this the perfect time? Ask, am I building responsibly? Are you? That question keeps you grounded. It keeps you disciplined. It keeps you patient. It keeps you progressing forward, right? Forward, upward mobility, right? Consistency allows you to be wrong sometimes without being ruined, right? Talking about keeping your losses small, right? Anyway, weekly stewardship check in. As part of my own discipline, what do? I continue to build steadily, right? Week by week, I strengthen my long term foundation. I calmly, consistently, without forcing outcomes, right? So, consistency keeps me positioned no matter the season. You always want to be positioned regardless of what's going on in the market, around the market, in life, around life. You want to be consistent, right? So, in closing, timing feels exciting, right? Consistency builds wealth. To me, building wealth is exciting, right? But some people, they get overly hooked up, hyped up on the right timing and the excitement that it brings. I'm always excited because I know I'm doing this thing consistently. I know I'm doing it right and I'm doing it regularly, and it always pays off. Not sometimes, always, right? You don't need to be early. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be faithful to the process. You need to be faithful to the process. If this has helped you remove pressure from your journey, please hit that like, subscribe, and share it with someone. Keep building, keep showing up, walk in wisdom, my friend.